Guys, today we've got Jordan 1 Travis Scott, so just getting weird. Finally getting those Air Max 95 Nike SB collabs. And we've just got a full leak of the Jordan brand lineup for 2026. Welcome to Sneaky Sunday and welcome to Texas. More on that in another video. We've actually got a bunch of Texas content coming. Also, you're gonna have to bear with me on the room. I don't know if it's a Texas thing or just the place that I'm at, but no room has curtains. So the sun may be peeking up and down and making this camera blow out, so I apologize. With that being said, let's get into a very quick release recap before the upcoming stuff. There's literally only two things. First of all, the CPFM Nike collaboration that dropped actually happened to be in the US for this one, which it was a US exclusive. We've been talking about this one for a while. It was just a bunch of different clothing items. I picked up, let me show you guys which one I picked up. It was the sweatshirt, the gray one. This one over here. This is what I actually got a W on, but they did pants. They did this crazy bucket hat. They got this velour polo shirt, which actually looks pretty cool now that I'm looking at it, although I don't know about purple velour. I think the main piece had to be like this crochet or just fully knitted jersey, which is yeah, that's the one I kind of wanted, but it was also pretty expensive. Let me know if you picked up any of this. Then also kind of out of nowhere, we had the Undefeated Nike Zoom Spiridon collaboration, which is actually really clean. They dropped this morning. Not entirely sure if they sold out or not. I didn't go for them. I'm still kind of just getting used to when sneakers release here in the US. Let me know if there's anything else you managed to pick up, but let's get into this upcoming stuff. Let's start off with a real left field one, really random, but Nike is now letting you design Air Max shoes with AI. So they launched this new, I guess, platform, calling it the Air Imagination. So essentially they've created this entire page where you put in a prompt with AI and then it creates like a design of a shoe. So let's just try one. Create an Air Max DN looking sneaker, but with 15 air units in the midsole. There are parameters, so you do have to choose material and stuff like that. Like we got mesh, suede, fly knit. I'm just gonna say air. Let's just go full air. And this is what it came up with. So I don't really see 15 air units. It just looks like a random Nike Vapor Max, but there you go. That's what exists. And I don't know, maybe they're kind of farming ideas for upcoming designs from people. So anybody that uses this, maybe they come up with some kind of AI thing and now they've just got a bunch of ideas for things that they can use in the future. I don't really know what the purpose is of this, but it seems like every company has to have some kind of AI thing. Now, we need to talk about, I think, one of the most popular shoes at the moment, and that is the Nike ReactX Rejuvenate, the Crocs looking Nike shoe. These things blew up so like I did not see them getting this popular, but it's definitely one of Nike's most popular shoes right now. So they completely sold out on the Nike app. I believe these are only just a US exclusive as of right now, and still they're insanely popular. So StockX just published this saying that they've sold 10,000 pairs in the month of March alone. And I don't even know if these things dropped right at the beginning of the March or if it was like in the middle. I think it was in the middle, and they're absolutely flying. People want to get their hands on these things one way or another. Now, the cool thing is that they are going to be following up the clog version with a slide version, which does interest me a lot because I think that these things look really cool. And we've just got a little look at all of the different colorways that they're going to be dropping this summertime. So we've got a black pair, a tan pair, a blue kind of gradient colorway, which I do really like, almost tealish. We've got this maroon pair, not really my thing, a resin Yeezy slide looking colorway, a hot pink color, radiant tan pair, and that is about it. So all of these are going to be dropping summer 2025, and I imagine these are just as, if not more popular than the freaking clogs, because I guess those ones are a little bit more polarizing, but everybody would wear a pair of slides, right? Either way, no exact release date on this, just at some point this summer, I imagine within the next few weeks. It's time to get ready for the warmer months, and personally, I've been picking up some of Represent's new spring summer pieces. It's all from their latest collection called Overdrive, which is inspired by vintage racing and motorsports. First up, I grabbed the Out of the Shadows hoodie. Now this comes in the classic Represent slightly oversized and boxy fit. The coolest part is the fade out wash they put on this. It really adds to the vintage look and feel, especially with the graphics around the back. I also picked up their new tech cargos, which I can already tell these are going to be a staple this summertime. So unlike a lot of of cargo shorts, these are actually super comfortable. They're literally made for functional everyday wear. They're made from lightweight woven fabric and have an elasticated waistband. And then of course we have the Studio sneaker. This latest colorway also has a little material update. So you've now got premium soft suede all over the upper and breathable mesh panels. There's also an update on the inside with the addition of an open cell foam insole, which is super comfy. And lastly, this one's actually pretty special. You guys know I've been a fan of Represent for the longest time, and the pieces I'm wearing right now is from the Legacy collection. It's a 14-year archive of all of the different artwork that co-owner Michael made for the various different collections that they've dropped over the years. And man, it's just so cool, like looking at all of these different, like, you know, different graphics and stuff and remembering those collections and different pieces from it. The t-shirt is also very lightweight, breathable material, just perfect for the summertime. Now, I'm gonna leave all of the links and sizing information down in the description for you. Once again, thank you to Represent for being a long-time supporter of the channel, and of course, thank you guys for using my links when I have them. It helps out massively. But of course, let's get back to the video. Also dropping within the next few, well actually very soon, on April the 5th, we got the Yuto Horigome Nike SB Dunk Low, and these things are going to be apparently a huge amount of stock. We've got a couple different places that are saying this, that there's going to be a lot of pairs of these, but we've got two different drop dates for anybody who is interested. April the 3rd for skate shops, and then the 5th for the Nike Sneakers app release. Solid pair. I mean, we've spoke about these things. It's kind of like, I definitely prefer the originals, but if you never got those, this is a solid secondary colorway. Right, let's talk about this Travis Scott stuff because it's interesting, just pretty strange. So rumors have it is that we're going to be getting a Panda Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low, which honestly would surprise probably no one. I just kind of thought that they would be done with the Jordan 1 for at least a little bit. You know, we knew that we're going to be getting the Fragment collaboration later on this year, and then I thought, you know, they'd turn their focus to the Jumpman Jack, and then the Nike one, the Zoom Field Jaxx. They kind of put, you know, the Jordan 1s on ice because we've had so many different colorways, and there was that sentiment of people being like, we're kind of a little bit sick of these now. To be clear, there is still most people who have never managed to get these things for retail, so I think there's always going to be an insane amount of demand, but it does seem like once you go the Panda route, I mean, we know how much hate the Dunk Pandas got, you know, love it or hate it, those things got a lot of hate from sneakerheads. I never really understood that, but it's just when something gets so popular and so like mass produced and everybody, you see them all the time, you just naturally are like, oh, it's those things again. Either way, this is just a small rumor, but I will say is that this colorway was one of the ones that was rumored, I think last year, that got canceled or whatever. So it kind of would make sense to me that if they are going to be, you know, moving forward with the Jordan 1 Travis Scott collaboration, they bring back some of those original leaked colorways. Just do not be surprised if we get some confirmation that this pair of shoes drops at some point. Maybe not this year, but some point in the future. I mean, if they look just like this, you can't argue that it's a very clean colorway and that a lot of people would be after them. I don't know how you guys are feeling on the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low, but I'd love to hear it down in the comments. Now, this is where things get a little bit more weird. Like, we know the pull that Travis Scott has. However, now it's kind of gone from like the sneaker space to he's apparently making football cleats now. So there's apparently going to be a Nike Zoom Mercurial boot collaboration with Travis Scott, where it's basically just a regular Mercurial boot with a reverse swoosh. Like, it's got to that point now where it's like he's extended past regular sneakers and just throws the reverse Nike swoosh on anything. I don't know about this one because I just feel like it's a little bit inauthentic. Like, what are we doing here? Like, Travis Scott, like, I know that there's a lot of like NFL players and stuff like that, and a lot of football players that actually use Travis Scott shoes and just make a custom out of it for cleats, but that's a little bit different. To like actually have a Travis Scott collab is just like, okay, how far are we gonna stretch this brand name that Travis Scott has created with Nike? Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section. No actual release date for this, it's just a rumor as of right now, but it would make sense. Like, I imagine Nike would do something like this. And then finally, we just got detailed looks of the Travis Scott Nike Zoom Field Jaxx Limelight colorway, which was supposed to be dropping like right around the corner. I don't understand why they haven't released these yet, but this is them. They're at District 1, which I believe is in New York, a little resale store. But yeah, take a look at them over here. Not bad. I don't know if people are really going to be eating these things up like maybe Nike and Travis Scott thought they would. Definitely prefer the Jumpman Jaxx. I think that's a solid one. one, and I kind of feel like, I don't know if it's necessarily slept on, but I feel like people maybe don't give it enough credit. It's a pretty cool pair. Still no release date on these, but I imagine very, very soon. We'll have to wait and see. $170. Let me know what you think about these. If you've tried the Field Jaxx model out, let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, this is one that I know a lot of people are going to be excited about. Probably will end up being one of the craziest releases of this year, just judging off of how the last ones went, but Nigel is doing the freaking fire red colorway. So this is the Bike Air, but the fire red version. So this is one that we've actually seen, I think when he did his little runway show, Nigel Sylvester, like a couple of the models were actually wearing this pair of shoes. So I think, look, the way that the bricks went, those things were just insanely popular. Like everybody wants that pair of shoes. I think it was extremely well done. I love the storytelling behind it. It'll be interesting to see how they spin this one, if there is a story behind it. Maybe this was like Nigel's favorite colorway of the Jordan 4 or something like that. But just based off of the colorway alone and then the connection to Nigel, I think it's going to be a slam dunk. Maybe they should let the brick 4s just kind of breathe a little bit and drop these a little bit further down the line, because these are coming up this holiday season, $225, and they pretty much just look exactly like this. I don't know about the texture on the toe box. I don't imagine these have that brick texture. It would kind of be nice if they kept it cohesive. I thought that that's a cool little touch. Definitely something that helps with durability, because it's not suede like other like military blues or something like that, where you get a little drop of water and it's suddenly a huge problem. This material definitely helps that. Either way, holiday season, let me know what you think about these, and do you prefer them to the brick 4s? We just got some detailed looks at the upcoming Jordan 1 UNC Reimagined, one of the most exciting pair of shoes for me personally. I'm really trying to get my hands on these things. So I think the original release date was April. It's now been pushed to May 10th. We've taken a look at a bunch of different images, but we do have some nice crispy shots over here and a little unboxing, so we can actually see all of the packaging. They've literally just gone with the lost and found theme, so you can see this is the box that it comes with. So unlike the lost and founds that had the orange lid, this has the orange box and then the black and red lid. They've literally just reversed it. Everything else is the same. You get the cracked leather, you get the sailing on the midsole. These are looking very clean. I'm a huge fan of these. I'm going to be after them 100%. This is the little unboxing video over here that we've got with the distressing all over the box. I don't know if that's more or less distressing. Sad you don't get extra paper like the, you know, the custom paper that you got with the lost and founds. That was pretty cool with like all of the ads on it. You don't get the little mom and pop store receipt in there either. So it's interesting. They've gone with the box and the distressing and all of that, but they haven't, you know, completed the story arc, in my opinion. It'll be interesting to see how they market these things and what the story is from a Jordan brand perspective. Nevertheless, I'm definitely after them. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, sticking with Jordan 1s, we also just got, I think, official images of the upcoming Air Jordan 1 High 85 Reverse Shadow. These are going to be dropping this summertime, and take a look at them over here. So a couple little subtle changes, and I also want to say that I imagine these are going to have that same 85 cut that we saw on the bread ones earlier this year. It's just something like, now I think that's kind of the shape going forwards with all different, you know, 85 cuts, because they did that on the Royal Lows. So I assume that's just going to be what's, you know, taking place now. Here's a good little side by side of like the other shadows, where it's called the inverse shadow, which is like the regular ones that we know, the 2.0s, and then this one over here, the irregular shadow. Now this 85 cut definitely makes a huge difference from top to bottom. Much smaller ankle area that kind of leans down a lot and just has like a super straight back. So it's based off of these samples from back in the day. I don't know if they ever released or not, but this is them. These are the official images, so these should be dropping very, very soon. Let me know if you're going to be after them down in the comment section. We don't have an exact release date, but yeah, next few weeks. Right, crazy as it may be, we're only 3 months into 2025, but we've already got the 2026 Jordan brand lineup, at least for the springtime. So here we go. These are what we know is going to be dropping next year. We got the Air Jordan 6 Reverse Infrared, the Jordan 5 Wolf Gray, the Air Jordan 4 Sierra Red, which, man, if it looks like this, that is pretty clean. Kind of looks like the Nike SBs, the University Reds, just, you know, less white. The Air Jordan 6 Bin 23, very interesting. They're doing those. The Air Jordan 4 Flight Club, we'll talk about those again in a minute, because I think that's pretty interesting. The Air Jordan 13 Chicago's, the Air Jordan 9 Flint Gray or French Blue, the Air Jordan 3 OG Spring is in the Air. That has to be a mock-up, because look at that embroidery. What is this based off? Did they really mock up that flower embroidery. That's crazy. And then the Air Jordan 6 Low Blackout. Now let me know which one of those were you like super excited about. Obviously we don't have any exact release dates for, you know, any of these because they're so far in the future, just all spring releases. I think it's just like, let's focus on 2025. It's chaotic enough as it is. But one pair that did really stand out to me has to be those Flight Club Air Jordan 4s, because that is pretty dope. So this is a speculative mock-up of what it should look like, or close enough. I mean, this is Z Sneakerhead, so I imagine it's pretty accurate, which if it looks like this, I'm sold. Clean, I'm after them. But essentially the whole like Flight Club theme is basically before retro cards were included in Air Jordan packaging in the mid 2000s, several original Air Jordan releases from the early 90s contained a postcard for fans to join the now defunct Air Jordan Flight Club. Now it appears that Jordan Brand is referencing its former program with an upcoming Jordan 4 colorway. So pretty simple explanation and storytelling behind it. I think it'd be pretty cool if they do go crazy with the packaging and the whole theme behind it. That could be pretty dope. But yeah, this is a 2026 release, which I'm pretty excited about. Let me know what you think. Right, a pair of shoes that should have dropped on Air Max Day, but I don't think anything exciting really did. Let me know down in the comments. I didn't even pay attention to Air Max Day this year. But of course, it's the freaking Neons. The Neon 95s, they're going to be dropping very, very soon in April. We've got official images of these things, and we've got an exact release date, which is April the 18th. So retail is $185. This is obviously the big bubble version, which is very interesting. I think people are going to go nuts for these. Just keep in mind that these are going to be limited. But for something a little bit different and something that doesn't really make much sense, we're getting the Nike SB, Nike Air Max 95. So they're mixing Air and SB. I guess they kind of did that with the 4s. Like, yeah, that's got Air in it. But yeah, did people ever really attempt to skate in 95s? Like, is this a necessary thing? If you're a skater, let me know down in the comment section. Or is this just one of those things where Nike is like, well, the freaking 4s did so well, let's throw it on a 95. So this is going to be a full release in this colorway. Like, we've actually got first looks. It's this over here. So you can see you've got the Nike SB branding on the back in hot pink. Kind of just looks like pretty much a regular 95. Like, I'm kind of struggling to see the major changes here, except for the gum outsole. Like, that is pretty prominent. It will be interesting to see maybe they've made these more comfortable. That would be a pretty big deal because these are notoriously uncomfortable. To be fair, the mock-ups were not that far off. Like, I mean, well, yeah, a little bit far off to be fair. Actually, the mock-ups were terrible. Let's be honest. Now, this is not the only one that we've seen. We've also got a video of another one. This is, I believe, just a sample, a wear test sample to be more exact, but this is a black and white pair. So this is them over here. There's not much that you can really tell. It's all sped up and everything. This doesn't seem to have the actual gum outsole, which is interesting. We've got SB 95. So let me know if you can make sense of a release like this. Are people actually going to skate in this? I don't know. Is it just to be more comfortable? If so, why don't you just make a comfort version? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. No exact release date, just at some point holiday 2025. A little bit of Kobe news. We've got some official images of the upcoming Nike Kobe 8 What The, which is returning for Mamba Day this year, which is April the 13th. So right around the corner, actually. And this is what they look like. Very, very crazy, very, very wild, but that is exactly what you want and what you would expect. These are wild. Let me know what you think of these down in the comment section, but we've spoke about them a bunch, so we're just gonna keep it moving. Oh, damn, you get a bunch of extra laces as well. Do you get two-tone laces? How have I never seen that before? That is so cool. And we've also got some Kobe Air Forces, which are gonna be dropping. So this one's a little bit interesting because this article calls it the lenticular pack, arriving this holiday season. They've got this image of this really cool, like, snake print iridescent pair, which I was like, damn, those look sick. I would wear them. But then when I scroll down to find more images, all we got was like this, which is like the color codes of the actual pairs that are going to be dropping. So I'm like, where the hell are the snakeskin ones that I really liked? Maybe it includes these, but these are the mock-ups, which is just basically looks like a Drake shoe, honestly. It looks like the freaking, what are the ones that he just dropped? The Lover Boy ones? But you got like a freaking citrus or a yellow one, soft yellow they're calling it, and then a light armory blue. And we're also supposed to be getting a Kobe Air Force One Low linen colorway this holiday season as well. Pretty straightforward for this one. Just this is basically all we have. Sail upper or a white upper with some light blue for the Nike swoosh. the outsole, and the back tab. Kobe Bryant branding. This is supposed to be a November release. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting. This just looks like a regular GR colorway with a Kobe stamp on the back. Adidas is gearing up to drop their next version of the world's most illegal shoe. If you guys don't remember, they did the X Strung, the 2.0s, which were like insanely large stack of foam. I think it was the largest I had ever seen, 50 millimeters. And now they're dropping the 3.0s, which look even crazier. Not just even crazier, like 2 times as crazy. So this is the Prime X 3.0 strung, and whoa, this was the 2.0, and this is the 3.0. I don't even know how much cushioning it has underneath, but it looks ridiculous. Oh yeah, so it says, oh, it's still 50, but that's, wow, 50 millimeters. So it's the same as the other ones, just looks a lot taller. They've had like a freaking tunnel in the midsole over here. We've got light strike, just chunks of it over here. These would be interesting to feel, but definitely not something, unless you're like an elite marathon runner, you would wear these things. Summer 2025, these are official images, so these should drop any day now, any week, and it is sadly gonna cost 300 euros. So like $300, $350, something like that. Tiny little update on the Lego Nike collaboration. We now know that they're going to be dropping their first collection in August of 2025. This one's going to be very exciting to see how it goes. So I think there was a lot of people excited about what Nike would do for a Lego collaboration. I really hope it's not just like super kid stuff. I hope that they do something that's really cool for like collectors and sneakerheads. I think it could be really cool based on like the AI images that we've seen of different Lego sneakers and stuff like that. The display pieces could be immaculate, but we're not entirely sure how they're going to go about it. We're going to have to wait and see. Either way, August is when we can expect it. New Balance just revealed another new model for 2025. I believe it's going to be dropping this year. This time they're doing it with Aime Dore as a collaboration. This is the New Balance RC56, which actually looks pretty cool. I'm just going to say I really like the paneling on it. It is very reminiscent of the New Balance 1000, so they haven't strayed too far away from that. It's just like a little bit more lower profile, maybe less cushioning, more flat to the ground. Here's a side profile on it. This is the actual, I think this is the Aime Dore collaboration pair. So you can see this is the colorway that's going to be dropping. Interesting. I kind of like them. They're definitely not bad. It is that lower profile, you know, type shoe, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but in the right colorway, I think the paneling looks sick enough to carry this model. Now, these should be dropping at some point spring, summer, no exact release date, but yeah, if we get any more updates, I'll let you guys know. We just got some images of the most hyped sneaker dropping this year, the Undefeated 4. So here we go. It is fully revealed. Now, I don't know if we've seen both versions, because as we know, they're going to be doing both the versions with the Nike Air branding on the back and the Jumpman. I don't know why, but they're doing both of them. They're probably just like, this is a crazy thing that we're doing here, so let's just make sure we get it right, because if we do one or the other, people are going to complain, so let's just give them both. So this is it. Definitely better lighting than the other one that we saw. This is definitely a lot better. The other ones just look super off. Now, I'm not entirely sure about the shape on these. Again, it's so hard to tell from these images, but this is what we're getting, and this is clearly the Nike Air branded version. You got the little removable patch up there. I'm assuming you get extra laces in here. I don't know if the originals came with extra laces or not. That is such a mythical shoe that I've never seen one in person and probably never will, an original one at least. And then is this the Jumpman version? Let's take a look. Let's scroll. So you get the little Undefeated tag. You've got the Velcro patch. You got the Jumpman patch. Oh, this is the Nike Air one as well. Okay, fair. Well, this is it. Another in different lighting. Let me know what you think about these down in the comment section. I assume you're gonna say you're after them, but you just let me know. Final story. This one's really random. Nike is just packing up shop and leaving Australia. Now, not entire Nike, but Nike by You. Should have kind of led with that. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, Nike by You randomly has just said, hey, we're not going to be giving you guys Nike by You options anymore, specifically in Australia. So I don't think there's really an explanation for this. It just says here the Nike have been making some pretty drastic moves in 2025 to try and claw back lost market share. But I don't understand why that would have anything to do with Nike by You. But they did leave this statement saying that Nike by You is leaving. Starting April the 7th, 2025, Nike by You items won't be available to order online. So I don't know if this is something that's going to be a worldwide thing eventually, and they're just starting with Australia. But if you wanted a pair of Nike by Yous, get your order in before midnight on April the 6th. Otherwise, that's your last chance. But that wraps it up for this week's Sneaky Sunday. Don't forget, we do this every single Sunday, no matter where the hell I am in the world. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for not only staying up to date with the latest news, but also some banger Texas content coming real soon. And of course, if you want to check out another video, just click that one right over there.